More than 20 countries across the world have detected the Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus. This was initially detected in South Africa, resulting in travel ban for some African countries, including Nigeria. Researchers and scientists in South Africa and the region are intensifying their investigation to understand the transmissibility, severity, and impact of the Omicron variant in relation to the available vaccines, diagnosis, treatments, and whether it is the driving force behind the recent scourge. What is about the Omicron variant that has led the World Health Organization and experts around the world to be concerned? Have their warnings justified that the variant is the most worrisome we've ever seen? What is the attitude of Nigerians to the new variant? These and more will be discussed on Panorama today, coming to you live from the Lagos Network Center of the Nigerian Television Authority. Our guest will soon join us. I am Kendi Adibisi. President Muhammadu Buhari says, with the prevailing situation in the country, it will be better to allow political parties to determine their mode of selecting candidates for election. This is contained in the President's letter read by President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, where the President explained reasons for declining to assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2021. The President cited high costs of conducting direct primaries, security challenges of monitoring the election, violation of citizens' rights, and marginalization of small political parties as the reason. Moving on now, President Buhari's recent visit to Lagos has been described as a move to improve the country's capabilities to fight piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. The senior special assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, says this while reacting to insinuation that the visit was to attend a book launch. Malcolm Olale reports.
Just a fortnight ago, President Buhari inducted the third Made in Nigeria Seaworld Defense Boat, NNSOG, and other vital military assets onto the naval platform. Although a crucial and timely intervention aimed at ending crimes on sea, the plus here, according to the senior special assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, is that the ship and others are the largest military vessels ever produced domestically. Garba Shehu in the statement maintained that the feat is key to the President's commitment to ensure that Nigeria is self-reliant as a nation and determined to eliminate dependence on foreign importation of arms. This and other, especially the launch of an autobiography by national leader of the APC, Bisi Akande, has drawn up insinuation, but Garba Shehu, while responding through a statement, maintained that the President has the right to attend the book launch of his friend and fellow Democrat when it coincided with the launch of a military platform crucial to boosting the country's seaworld defense capacity. In Lagos, Michael Alaleye, NTA News.
There is a concerted effort by the Nigeria Customs Service to fully automate its operations through the deployment of the e-custom platform. The project is expected to commence next year. The Deputy National Public Relations Officer of the service, Timi Modobdi, said while certainty fast-track harmonization of import and export procedures and drastically reduce congestion within and around the port community. Mark Ololale reports.
One of the challenges confronting the customs service at the Apapa trade corridor is consignment and false declaration of items by importers. It is a problem inhibiting the process of trade facilitation and clearance due to the inability of consignees to give credible information on volume, origin, and destination of cargoes.
Every problem in the port, it is now translated into custom.
The customs area controller at the Apapa port is worried, but equally responding through scientific approach, one of which include increasing automation level to 90% and integration of the forensic management system for cross-examination purpose.
Some of the people does not even come for examination. They were expecting to carry the consignment through what? Arrangement. Or they do open and close. And when we hold those kind of people, they say, no, they are not facilitating trade. You bring 100 containers because we selected maybe 10 out of it to do examination. You say, no, why do you have to select 10 containers? So selecting of 10 containers out of 100 is just a discretion. It's not a rule. And it is a process of trade facilitation.
Significant among the remarkable seizures recorded by the Apapa Command within the year is the interception of cocaine with duty-paid value of $54 million. And going forward, the e-customs project will not just make it difficult for questionable containers to cross the mark, but will lead to the harmonization of violation for genuine importation.
Honesty, therefore, is the best policy, and we expect agents and importers to toe this line, as it will cost them much less to do so. We promise expedited clearance for those who are transparent in their dealings with us.
The take-home for importers and exporters within the corridor is that compliance with extant laws on credible declaration and payment of necessary customs duties are the antidotes to trade facilitation. In Lagos, Michael Alaleye, NTA News.
The Minister of Defense has received a report from the 25-member committee on the reforms by the Defense and Nigerian Armed Forces. Abubakar Kwanga reports.
Armed forces has remained a strategic component on the nation's security landscape and consistent in defeating the undesirable elements terrorizing different parts of the country, and to position the military for a greater service to the nation. A 25-man committee was inaugurated more than 2 months ago and now submits its report. Spearheaded by Major General Alwali Kazir, the members are also to serve as implementation and advisory committee for the reform of the armed forces and the Ministry of Defense.
It's supposed to be an implementation committee. That's why I went too far in not only recommending strategies for the implementation, but at the same time coming up with actions and tools for those recommendations that had been made by the reform committee to be implemented. And it was a job that we tried to do pretty well, and I think we did well, and I think we did justice to the assignment given to us.
With this report, if properly implemented, you would have an armed forces that all of us would be proud to have. It should be compared with any armed forces in the world if properly allowed the implementation to work.
Minister of Defense Major General Bashir Magashi says the report will be thoroughly studied and necessary steps taken for a well-equipped armed forces and secured nation. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
Police force has commenced investigation into the allegation of alleged professional misconduct, abuse of office, and extortion of 22 million naira worth of Bitcoin from some citizens in Lagos State. In a statement, the force indicated that the allegation is against a deputy superintendent of police, Nwawi Cordelia, and others serving at the force criminal investigation department, Alagbon, Lagos. Consequently, DSP Cordelia and the other personnel allegedly indicted in the report have been ordered to report to the Special Investigation Panel at the Force Headquarters, Abuja, on Tuesday, 21st December 2021, to answer to the allegations. The force advised members of the public who have had similar experience to come forward with detailed information to enable the panel achieve a holistic investigation. The First Lady of Nigeria and the President Africa First Lady Peace Mission, Aisha Buhari, has called for a global action to address the negative impact of climate change on the African continent, focusing attention on its diversification on women and children. The First Lady stated this in Istanbul, Turkey, at the sidelines of the third Turkey-Africa Partnership at the Climate Change Conference organized by the Turkish First Lady. The First Lady of Nigeria told her counterparts, all the African First Ladies, the importance of getting involved towards addressing the diversification and impact of climate change, bearing in mind its negative consequences on the continent. Mrs. Buhari expressed the need for stakeholders, especially development partners, to mobilize resources towards finding a lasting solution.
The climate change, it causes insecurity, food shortage, lack of development in general, and women and children will be at the receiving end. So we're working towards finding the solution.
Another thing that has been highlighted is how Africa itself has been the recipient, but not necessarily a contributor to climate change, but we are feeling the effects of it.
And all the stakeholders, especially from the United Nations and African Union, also emphasized on the need to put all hands on deck at addressing the negative impact of climate change. The First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Buhari, has since returned to Abuja. Still in environment matters, Minister of State Environment Sharon Ikeazo says the federal government will engage all stakeholders, including the Bayelsa State government, in the investigation on the Santa Barbara oil spill in Membe. The intention of the federal government, she says, is to achieve comprehensive and unbiased outcome in the inquiry. Onenge Fineface reports.
With the promise of transparent and thorough inquiry of the circumstances that led to the Membe spill, Minister of State Environment Sharon Ikeazo ordered the immediate joint investigation visit to the wellheads in a few days. In a meeting with the Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Dore Jiri, at Government House in Egua, the minister insisted on a credible and open investigation.
You can't have that JIV without representatives from the host community, and in that case, the host state government. Nothing should be cloaked, nothing should be covered.
It is a commitment that addresses the concerns of the state governor to see that the right steps are taken to solve the problem at hand and prevent any recurrence of oil spills in the state.
Our umpires will work glove in hand with the Bayelsa state government, and we will see a transparent process. And as you have rightly directed, that all media houses interested will be there to see it.
The major target of the joint investigation is to determine whether the spill at Santa Barbara was as a result of equipment failure or due to third-party sabotage. Onengiye Fineface, NTA News.
On the network service of the NTA, let's take a short break. The news continues shortly.
It's an evil practice abolished all over the world over 200 years ago. But today, human traffickers are selling human beings as slaves in Africa. It is your responsibility to make sure that you and the people you know do not fall into slavery. Don't believe fake promises of jobs abroad.
People went to say Libya, Italy no use you when they carry me on top water. 4 days now they lock me for inside house, no food, no water. I nearly die. Now God, when me heaven and earth, now save me. If you get 1 naira for Nigeria, you get junior one, you say you no get papa, you no get mama, that make you come out. I beg go they do farm work. You better pass person when enter road.
Don't accept to travel to Europe through the Sahara Desert. You may be walking into slavery. Don't be a slave.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Glad to know that you're still there with us. There are rare cases of persons getting reinfected with COVID-19 occur, and there are reports to prove this fact. While experts across the world have continued to research on solutions, mutation of new variants have posed a challenge. From the Delta variant, the new Omicron variant, COVID-19 keeps reinventing itself. Adiola Komiakeri examines measures to decrease this risk of transmission.
It has been 40 years, yet no vaccine or cure has been found for HIV/AIDS. But with the more dangerous virus in the air, scientists produce a vaccine in a matter of months.
Omicron is another one that has just been designated a variant of concern. Not much is known about the virus, apart from the fact that it mutates faster than any other coronavirus ever known.
Now, while some Nigerians readily took the complete dosage with others waiting to complete theirs, there are some others who are still reluctant due to conspiracy theories flying around, mostly on social media.
I don't really believe that it's really a vaccine that can prevent the COVID-19.
I don't rush things just because everybody is doing it. And until I'm well convinced about it, of which I am right now, I'll definitely get my vaccine.
According to medical experts, ending the pandemic is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice, as the global death rate is not yet on the decline. With the fear of reinfection, how often can it occur? Will it be severe? Who are those at higher risk of infection?
The concern around Omicron has been the potential it has in terms of the amount of mutations it has gathered and what theoretically it can do, which has conferred the ease of transmission. Potentially it should be able to bypass or be less the immune response from previous infections and from vaccination may be less effective.
Medical practitioners and government have continuously emphasized on the salient ways to reduce the spread of the virus.
These measures remain very effective, and the way to keep them useful is to keep reminding people to observe them and for the public authorities to develop a good communication plan.
Vaccination is said to be the major way to decrease the likelihood of infection, hospitalization, and deaths. In Lagos, Adeola Komiakere, NTA News.
Another break beckons. We'll continue Panorama shortly.
Coronavirus is real. Steps to avoid this pandemic. Wash your hands regularly or sanitize your hands. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home unless absolutely necessary. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid the spread of coronavirus. Coronavirus is real.
Thank you for staying with us. The different inclination and values that bind a diverse heritage as Nigerians was brought to the fore in a command performance of strings by the National Troupe of Nigeria. Adeola Komiakere reports that the folk musical drama and the Tara culture in Lagos recounts the socio-political travails of Nigeria from amalgamation in 1914.
The folk musical drama draws a strength from the rich and seamless admixture of storytelling, folk songs, dance, music, and performance in African festive and theatrical traditions. Strings unveils Nigeria as a symbolic baby and foster child of Frederick and Flora Lugard, freshly birthed and named in 1914, whose ancestry and genetics are traceable to all the ethnic groups. The baby attained maturity in 1960 and, like every normal child, has to contend with all the challenges of adulthood and middle age. Prior to this discovery, there were doubts, suspicions, complications, conflicts, climax, and resolutions among the different clans and their clan heads.
He who brings us infested firewood home in 5 meters from a stick.
At every given instance, show Nigerians the path to glory through dance, music, drama, and other performative arts.
It's a dramatic narrative of Nigerian society, essentially history, presentation, the beginning, the foundation.
This production and playing Lodliga made me go back to research and know who he was and how instrumental he was in bringing together Nigeria.
Playing Flora Shaw is learning so many things that I never knew. You know, I've always wondered, where did they get this name, Nigeria? And this is history.
Director General, Nigerian Television Authority NTA represented, speaks on the relevance of this folk drama.
Unity is very, very important. The more we are united as a front, the better for us.
Strings finds relevance at this point of a country's socio-political experience.
Let's now join Olumide Guntala on Sports Update.
Africa's most successful team in FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, the Falconets of Nigeria, will take on their Cameroonian counterparts on the 22nd of January 2022 in the first leg of the fourth round of the FIFA's Under-20 Women's World Cup, Costa Rica 2022. The return leg matches are slated for the weekend of 4th to 6th of February 2022. In grassroots football, MN Sports Football Club defeated Northern Lions 5-4 via penalties in the final of Commander Football Tournament in Lagos. The tournament, which is at the instance of Commander Operations Army Signals Barracks Mile 2, supported by Ajegunle stakeholders and Peter Rufai, is aimed at giving the youth a platform to thrive in line with the federal government agenda on peace within Nigeria. In another development, ex-players of the Police Machine football team have organized the annual reunion novelty football match at the Police College Ikeja, Lagos. The men's team defeated the women's side via a long goal.
We want to have a forum where we can bring the old and the young together.
Just to be an inspiration to upcoming ones, that the DPOs and area commanders should let the upcoming ones give them the opportunity.
In para table tennis, Tokyo 2020 Paralympians dominated proceedings at the grand finale of the third Lagos Value Jet Para Table Tennis Open Championship, with the trio of Ishua Gunkule, Faith Obazwai, and Olufemi Alabi claiming gold medals in their various classes.
It is now an international competition, 20 factor. I think I will continue playing it as well.
New kid on the block, Ifeochukudi Ipeoyi defeated experienced Faith Obiora to claim gold medal in singles and open events of women's class 5. From Shagamu, Bumi Oni reports that the maiden edition of Remo Mini Sport Festival has ended as Shagamu local government team emerged the overall winner with 12 gold, 15 silver, and 7 bronze medals.
There's good things that can come out of it. They can get a scholarship to go to US. They can represent Nigeria, but they have to represent themselves first.
The climax of the games was the football final where Shagamu United Football Club defeated Ikene Local Government Football Club 2-1. With sports updates, Olumide Guntala, NTA News.
And we go back to our nation's story, where it says President Muhammadu Buhari said, with the prevailing situation in the country, it is better to allow political parties to determine their mode of selecting candidates for election. This is contained in the president's letter read by the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, where the president explained reasons for declining to assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2021. The president cited costs of conducting direct primaries, security challenges of monitoring the election, violation of citizens' rights, and marginalization of small political parties as reasons. And that's a wrap. So, a Panorama today. I am Kende at ABC. Thank you for watching.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you in your living room, office, everywhere and anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs, and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Freeview UK channel 264, or you can download www.visiontv.co.uk. App for iOS or Android. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
Aba, the commercial capital of Abia State, well known as the Enyimba City, is a little bit mighty city where anything and about everything is possible. With a population of over 2 million people residents and thousands of daily visitors, the city is said to be in a hurry almost round the clock. The bulk of the commercial activities therein is centered on creative entrepreneurial skills in diverse forms, from the metal fabrications to leather works of shoes and bags. Have you heard of Made in Aba shoes? They are a sight to behold. The creative beauty put into it with what you may describe as a seamless effort. But that is only for the expert, as I tried to produce a pair but failed woefully. Now we know that it is easier said than done for the novice. How then do these experts get the job done?
The Aba people, God gave us special strength. No matter any quantity you will order now, we will make sure that will satisfy our customers.
Who really are their target buyers?
Nigerians are not patronizing our product. Instead of them patronizing what we are producing, Cameroonians, Togo, Ivory Coast, Abidjan, all these African sub-Saharan countries, they are the people that are coming in here to buy our product because they know the value.
Is this business really profitable?
There's money here. There's money here. There is money. If the government can help us to move forward,
we will turn the economy of this country round. We will not be mentioning anything like joblessness again. All these young school leavers who don't have jobs, you see many of them here. They will be flowing, and we'll be training them because the skill, God gave it to us.
One thing that stands out are the labels on the products. All are foreign. I wondered why.
Whenever they come to know that you are the one that produced this one, sometimes they would not like to buy it. They prefer the ones they don't know, the person that worked it, than the one they know, the person that worked it.
The Aba shoes seem to be high in demand, especially within the west coast of Africa. What stands it out?
We are using two kinds of leathers. One is animal skin and a synthetic. It's Nigerian leather. That's why the country prefer this leather to those of their own leathers. As our women, they will tell you, that is what we are hearing today. They are now preferring made in Aba to made in China because of its quality today.
Given the fact that this little town, known as the Japan of Africa, can well produce footwears for the entire Nigeria and beyond, what then is stalling the effort?
Shoe manufacturing is something that needs brain work. They should first of all talk about an environment, a place that is made, that is cited for leather and the garment. Provide us, if not another thing, let there be electricity, let there be empowerment.
They don't have equipment. We are working too much with hand. So we are stressing ourselves.
Not long ago, the state government took a giant stride to build on the people's efforts. Some of the designers were sent to China to learn and acquire more skills and finesse in this area. What has been the effect on their productivity.
I improved in my production. People that have been buying my products before I went to China and now, they can see the difference. There's a whole lot of difference in my production. It has improved, the finishing, everything, the packaging is just superb right now.
Now, that is the language our youths should be speaking. Whatever it is what, we must look inward if we must develop our great nation Nigeria, starting from the Japan of Africa, Aba.
This is the network service of the NTA.